Alright lads, so we are back with another video on Casey Zander. I came across this video and I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist doing a reaction to this because this is one of the most ridiculous pieces of dating advice I've ever heard. And it sums up the state of red pill dating content. Zero nuance, zero, like blanket statements, just shocking about that. I'll play the video. I've sped it up a bit to get through it, and then we'll get into it.
All right, this one is going to be intense. Never have intellectual or meaningful conversations with a woman ever. This is a perfect example of female nature, okay? This is a perfect example of what not to do. This is a perfect example of how to take a woman with very high interest in you and basically take her interest all the way down to zero. If you have logical or meaningful or rational discussions or intellectually meaningful conversations with a woman, she is going to start to really not like you. So this is what you have to know, okay? All forms of real life discussion with women will turn them off. Literally all forms. All forms of real life discussion will turn them off. I will give you examples why in just a little bit. Real conversation signals one thing to the female subconscious. When she watches a man engage in real life logical discussion or meaningful conversation with her, it signals one thing to the female subconscious. It signals that he is on my level. He is on my level, okay? And now she wants a guy who is out of her league. So let me explain to you what I mean. Real conversation, okay, here's her, right here, this is her, and this is you, okay? This line right here shows that this is the same level of conversation. You guys are communicating in the real world, okay? And instantly now she wants a guy who is out of her league to satisfy hypergamy better. So then instantly when a guy doesn't take her seriously, and now all he's doing is sitting back, chill, talking about food, talking about the vibe, talking about the music, and talking about how much fun they are going to have together, all of a sudden, this is her, and now, guess what happens? She looks up to you. And she goes, wow, I found a man who's out of my league. Now hypergamy satisfied, and now she wants you. This is exactly how the female subconscious starts to gravitate towards certain men who act correctly, because this is happening subconsciously. And most men just don't understand this. So, a man who engages in real discussion with a woman is a man who is taking her seriously. This is what you have to know. If you engage in real life discussion with her, you are literally taking her seriously, okay? So women despise men who take them seriously. Women literally despise men who take them seriously. They start to get turned off by those men. And she's going to look at you and go, wow, in the beginning you were so attractive, you were so charming, you looked to be so charismatic, I really thought that you could lead this discussion the right way, and now you totally act incorrect. This is what she starts to see. So you having real conversation with her automatically assumes that you trust her words and that you trust her judgment. That is what it automatically assumes, and this will turn her off, okay? So here's what you're going to find play out in your own dating life. She only looks up to a man that she can follow and will automatically trust his judgment. And she trusts his judgment because he does not take any of the conversation seriously, which signals to her hypergamy that he is out of her league, which now makes her consistently want to keep seeing him. When you start talking to her like you guys are on the same level of attractiveness, it will completely ruin anything that you guys had, okay? So communicating logically or in a real conversation with a woman makes her think that she can do better. It makes her think that she can do better, it makes her hypergamy not satisfied, and it makes her look for better. So hypergamy wants to find a man who won't communicate with anything meaningful. So here's the funniest thing about how women will typically operate. When you talk about the food and the vibes and the music and the fun, this is what women actually associate deep, meaningful conversation with, because now she puts you in the category of, oh wow, we have a real relationship. A relationship to a woman is nothing but a set of words. And if you try to make that set of words go intellectually stimulating and high level, you are losing her by the second. You will literally watch her entire attraction fade and she's completely not into you at all. That's just how it will work. I don't make the rules, I just report on what I'm seeing, okay? So, hypergamy tries to find a man who will not communicate meaningfully. Okay, so meaningful or intellectual conversations can only be saved for you with your dude friends, okay, you and your guy friends when you're hanging out, or you and other men that you're associating with. This is what you have to know. Any form of logical or real things in your life will turn them off, okay? Any form of logic, any form of real conversation will turn them off. So this is why all forms of intellect ruins her desire level. I'm going to explain. When you start to communicate in a way where you are discussing intellect, okay, intellect and meaningful conversations, hypergamy is now less satisfied. Hypergamy is less satisfied and she no longer likes you. So only a man willing to communicate like this, okay? This is what she says on a subconscious level. She goes, only a man willing to communicate like this must take me seriously, therefore I am better than him. This is what her subconscious starts to signal to her. So here's what you're going to notice, okay? Any age, any occupation, okay? No matter where they live. This is what I'm telling you. Any age of the woman, I don't care. I don't care how old she is. Whatever her occupation is, I don't care if she has a 4-year degree, doesn't have a 4-year degree, has a doctorate degree, doesn't have a doctorate degree, works at a coffee shop or works as a nurse or works wherever. It doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're talking to a barista or if you're talking to, let's say, an attorney or a doctor. Any age, any occupation, no matter where they live, doesn't matter. When you start to have meaningful conversation with it, it turns them off. So when I'm with a woman, I'm talking about all the surface level stuff. Good movies that I like, funny cartoons, steak, pizza, waffles, and now you've unlocked her laughter. Once you've unlocked her laughter, okay, now what you're going to notice is she'll probably start future pacing, her making food with you, or you two meeting up, or her wanting to do all these things with you, and it's because you're never serious, and then you're going to watch them laugh and watch them want to be with you. You will notice that this is exactly how it will play out. So with that said, okay, to retain a woman's interest level, you have to learn how to change your entire communication pattern. Literally, your entire communication pattern has to change, and it has to shift to less effort, with less thought, with more fun and vibe, okay? And what you're going to notice is when you are with her, she's going to think that the entire conversation is now fun. And because it's lighthearted, she associates that with deep, meaningful, intellectual conversation, not actually the intellectual, purposeful stuff that you want to talk about or that you talk about with your dude friends, okay? So she can only feel safe when a man does not take her seriously. The second a guy starts to take her seriously, she no longer feels safe, and here's why. Here's what happens, and here's what you're going to notice. Most of the time, she probably doesn't even trust her own words or her own emotion or her own thoughts. So seeing that you do, okay, seeing that you do literally turns her off. She's like, wow, this guy does not understand me at all. When you communicate like this, watch your whole dating life change.
Oh, man. Lads, never have an intelligent conversation with a woman. Never do that. You'll lose attraction. She'll lose attraction for you. You have an intelligent conversation will trigger her hypergamy. She'll think all of a sudden she's better than you. How the fuck does having an intelligent conversation trigger her hypergamy? Wouldn't it be more likely if you showed her that you have some intelligence, that, oh, this guy's actually maybe quite high value, he's actually intelligent? Guys, look, for the point, okay, for my example, now I am, you could say, I'm giving you my anecdotal experience. My wife, many of you know, we've been together 13 years. We have 2 beautiful children. On our second date, we started talking about the nature of reality. She introduced me to Carl Jung and Freud. I didn't know who they were at the time, right? And we were talking about the nature of dreams and so on. And we went into this deep dive. We're still here 13 years later. I remember specifically two girls when I was single, back living in England, getting into some philosophical conversations. One of them was a deep political dive, and then the other one was like a philosophical / spiritual talk. Went deep into the conversation. They ended up coming home with me on those nights. Because not every woman, like the advice that he's giving you, yeah, that'll work if all you want to be with is with some brain dead, sex doll, right? Some brain dead, moronic, stupid sex slave. If that's all you want, if you just want a chick who has no brains, no intelligence, right? Who believes that any conversation other than the weather and little jokes and laughs, right? If that's what you want from a girl, then that'll work. Yeah, keep it lighthearted, always. Never talk, never have any deep, intelligent conversations. That's fine. And look, maybe if you're trying to just only get laid, right? You could try this one. But I guarantee you date enough girls, you'll also be putting off some of those girls too. Like I said, there were girls in my past that when you actually showed some depth, showed some intelligence, that turned them on. Because lo and behold, not all women are dumb brain, not all thick as a plank of wood, right? There are a lot of beautiful, intelligent women out there who get turned on by you showing some brains, someone so intelligent, someone some critical thought. This is what's crazy. This is what drives me crazy about the red pill, right? Young guys read this, and I look through the comments on this video, and I lose some hope in humanity. These guys, they lap this up. It sounds so great. Oh my God, yeah, talking about intelligent things triggers her hypergamy, and all of a sudden she thinks she's better than you. What kind of logic is that? That you have an intelligent conversation, you take her seriously, actually taking her seriously. Right. Again, what type of girl do you want? If you're going for a relationship, All right, if, like I said, you're just trying to get laid or whatever, okay, fine, right, you can go down this route. I guarantee you're going to miss a few girls here and there. But if you want a relationship, like, what type of girl do you want? Do you seriously just want some brain dead moron? Or do you actually want someone? You're going to be with someone. Imagine you want someone for the long run. You want to be with someone who can stimulate you mentally as well. I can't imagine. I would, if I had 13 years with my wife and all we spoke about was the weather and just kept it light-hearted, fun and jokes. Oh my God. That would be a form of hell. I actually want someone, if you're not intimidated by a bit of female intelligence, which I think a lot of these guys are, man. I think a lot of these red pill guys are, a lot of people that gobble this stuff up, they're actually a bit intimidated probably by some women that actually have some brains about them. If you're not, and you want to have good conversations with your missus, you want to have deep conversations, some of my favorite moments, some of my favorite times are being out with dinner with my missus and us just talking for ages, going deep on so many conversations. And guess what? I can also keep it light. You know, we also keep it light-hearted. I also joke, I also tease, we also have a laugh, we also talk about bullshit, but we also go deep. And that's one thing that I love about her and she loves about me. And it's kept this relationship and having this great relationship and starting this family. That's what it's led to. So if you actually want someone decent, all right, first date, keep it light-hearted, joke, get to know each other, bring out your personality, fine. If you want to go beyond that, second, third dates, you should be testing the waters on this stuff. She can't have it, and if it triggers the fact that she now thinks she's on a level with you and therefore she's not attracted to you anymore, good, fuck off anyway. I don't want no moron like that. I don't want a moron who thinks, right, this intelligence means that now she thinks she's better than me or whatever. What kind of thinking is that? This is, and it boils down to this, right? And he talks about at the end of the video, he talks about you have to change your whole approach to get women. Simps, you're simping. The irony is these red pill guys talk about never simp, and they're literally saying, listen, hold in any intelligence you have, keep it as shallow as possible so you can get your dick wet, right? So you can maybe get a girlfriend. You're a simp. You're a simp. Like, just think about how that's going to play out for you long run. And the thing is, it's not like, maybe he's only talking about purely just getting laid, but, you know, there's no nuance to this. There's no bigger picture perspective. There's no nuance. He's literally blanket statements. All women are like this. This triggers all women's hypergamy. I don't make the rules. I'm just reporting all it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. There are so many women out there who love intelligence, who are attracted to intelligent men, who love deep conversations, who get turned on by those conversations, right? It blows my mind that someone can go on there, has 500,000 subs, says shit like this, blanket statements, and people gobble it up, right? And they'll go out and they'll say to themselves, yep, I'll never have an intelligent conversation with women. Women are dumb anyway. And then just stick to that approach and then wonder why the hell they're never in a fucking good relationship. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Get in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think. The whiteboard guy is back. And look, I'm not attacking the guy personally. I don't know Casey. Right? I do these videos. I don't know these people personally. But these messages, I'm attacking the message, right? Not so much the message of the message. This message is bollocks, man. And it does a detriment to men, right? And like I said, it's a form of simping. You're going to hold in your personality just for the sake of some ass. And you're going to end up being miserable with some woman that doesn't stimulate you mentally. That's torture, man. So let me know what you think, guys.